Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy II for the Nintendo Famicom system. Last episode, Fess, Maxine, Booker, and Ricard here had just finished up wandering through the thunder floors of this Mysidia Tower, and now they're about to take on the Thunder Gigas, the last boss monster in the tower, so yay! Yeah, there's no poison Gigas, so... But this Gigas, speaking of poison, this Gigas is weak to poison, so we can take off a good amount of his hit points with the Scourge spell. But, like the other Gigases, this one can throw a stone at you for physical attacks, and then he will also attack you with his element in level 12 spell, so he can cast like Thunder 12 on you, or throw a big rock at you. So, he's the toughest of all the Gigases. Most hit points, most attack, most defense, but we can cut through him pretty easily, like I said, with a Scourge spell. So, rank 7 again, so we might, you know, farm him up a little bit here for some stat increases. Get some work on that Berserk spell, so... Ouch, there's a Bolt 12. Single targeted, so did quite a bit of damage there to Fess, even though he has that ribbon that gives him the elemental protection. So... But, oh well. That'll maybe give him a hit point boost. So, he's getting quite a lot of hit points. So, normally he lags behind Booker because the targeting, the game tends to target the people in the second and third slot, which would be Maxine and Booker. But with Maxine in the back row, a lot of the attacks are being diverted to Fess. So, but because you can't target for physical attacks in the back row. You can hit him with rocks though, so which was what that Thunder Gigas did. So, ooh, he's not fooling around, this guy. We're not fooling around either. Let's hit him with a Scourge spell. So, I should get some good hit points here. Fess, Maxine, Booker getting agility. Nice. Well, let's head on up. And we got this floor that has a bunch of side passages. All of them, except for the one in the upper right, lead to trap rooms. So we're just going to avoid them all. And then the one, well, the second to the last one on the upper right leads to the progression. And then at the very upmost right, there's a treasure chest. Got to buy some monsters. We can run into one of those Devil Bloom flowers and Goddesses. He was the commander at Finn Castle we got to defeat. Yes, he has become a random enemy now, so... But, yeah, you're guaranteed to run into one of those flowers. You can have 0 to 2 of the Goddesses appear with the flowers, so... We may not get a chance to see Mr. Goddess. But... We'll see. Place your bets on, will there be a Goddess in the treasure chest? Do we got us a Goddess? Let's find out. We got another random encounter first. So, ambush, surprisingly. Yeah, like I said, it's all determined by basically Fess's agility, whether you get ambushed or you ambush things, but you know, sometimes it's weird, we get ambushed by these enemies, but we've run into these enemies before and we've ambushed them, or we just had a neutral attack, so I guess there's some, you know, random number generator to it, so. But fire's good against every single one of these things except for the Chimera, who doesn't have any weaknesses. But he is weak to Booker hitting him with swords, so. Pretty much everything except for Flan monsters tend to be weak to getting hit with swords. So I made that comment in there's a YouTuber, Grugtar. I follow him. He's one of my inspirations for doing Let's Plays. He does like Final Fantasy, he did Dragon Quest 1, 2, Final Fantasy 1, 2, 4, then the Ultima games. But yeah, I forget in one of his Let's Plays, he says, you know, sword to the face, you know, good against everything. And then I commented, not good against flan monsters. So, unless you have a special, whatchamacallit, like a special sword like in the After Years, Final Fantasy IV the After Years. I think there's like the flan sword, which does, damage to flans. So, but we just use those spells for them depending on what type of flan it is. So, look. And, ooh, got some, an item here, sleep grass. And we get the Flare Tome. So we'll be giving that to Maxine. No goddesses, so, oh, we just got the Devil Bloom here. Flare is a non-elemental spell. It has the highest attack power of any spell. It has attack power of 20, which means it's twice as strong as an elemental spell, which has an attack power of 10. So that spell is the best spell to use against enemies that have no elemental weaknesses. If you do have an enemy with an elemental weakness, though, it's better to just hit them with their elemental weakness. So, there was a white magic spell we can get. We could have gotten it in Mysidia. I'll end up getting it after this tower, when I go back to Mysidia. The Holy Spell, that's kind of in between. It has a damage multiplier of 15, so it's between Flare and the Flare and the Elemental spells, which are 10. So we're going to rearrange Maxine's magic, throw Flare up to the front to work on it. But we're going to, like I said, we're going to still try to work on getting all our elemental spells up to level 8. That's where we really want to go. So, making a little bit of room there. We could potentially get that extra room slot there would be for Curse. We already got a Curse spell, but I sold it because I didn't plan on using it. Because I had the Ancient Sword, but like I said, I accidentally sold the Ancient Sword. So, I'll leave a slot there for the Curse spell. You can't buy Curse anywhere, and there's only one found in the game. The only way you're going to get another Curse spell is it's a potential drop from the captains. Those guys that were, in Finn all the time. They are actually become a random encounter after the Mysidia Tower. There's a 5% chance to drop that Curse spell, but you know, we might actually get it pretty easily because, like I said, they're going to be a random encounter, so we're going to run into them quite often in the overworld. Yeah, after the Mysidia Tower, encounters on the overworld and in the ocean change. So, in most places, like around Dees, they don't change, and Snowfields, they don't change, but everywhere else, it's pretty much changed around, so... Also, in one of the areas around Mysidia, they don't change, but like I think north of Mysidia, we'll still run into the werewolves, vampire girls, flying rays, bighorns, but south of Mysidia, east of Mysidia, enemies will change. So, which is good because, you know, they'll change into stronger enemies, which will allow us to, you know, get some, you know, experience, skills, points for both our spells and our weapons. So, alright, took care of those guys. Now we just have 2 more floors to go, really, once we get through this one here. And the last floor, there's basically no encounters, it's basically, you know, claiming the ultima spell. And speaking of the ultima spell is unfortunately bugged. It does a lot of damage at first, like at level 1, compared to other level 1 spells. But it doesn't get stronger as you level it up. It's basically bugged. People say that it's supposed to get stronger with its powers based on the spell levels of your other spells and your weapon ranks. So they say, like, theoretically, Ultima could be the best spell if you have, like, 16 rank in every single weapon and 16 for all other spells and then 16 Ultima. But somebody on the Game FAQ's board said they basically did that and it was still a pretty terrible spell. So, Yeah, the ultimate spell in the game that we've had this really long, massive side quest to do is basically useless and pointless. I'll still equip it though on Fess. It's a white magic spell. Probably will never use it. Be better just to use the holy spell. Yeah, but just use it to, you know, clear up an inventory space. So, yeah, no point in, whatchamacallit, having it clog up inventory. Our inventory is getting crowded as is, so. And we still got some more key items to go. So, we got a few treasure chests on here. The most important one is going to be the one up top. And that is going to be the black robe that we've been, the counterpart to that white robe we got way at the bottom of the... So basically on the first floor we got the white robe, on the 9th floor we're going to get the black robe. Boost Maxine's intelligence there by 10. So, give her a nice boost. We'll also, I said, get those boosts from the, around the ultima spell. There's the crystals that'll increase the different stats of your character's strength, agility, intelligence, and spirit. But it's randomly assigned to one of the characters, so... Like I said, you can cheese it with save states, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to, accept what fate gives me. So... Yep, we will, accept what fate throws our way. And based on the luck that we've had currently, it's not, gonna be good. So... See how things are going here. See what our characters are doing. And everyone's looking pretty good. So Fess will probably have to pop that elixir soon. Well, maybe not. Because we're so close to the end here. And we'll need some runes though, so throw another bow on Ricard there. Another flame bow. It's a good thing we emptied our inventory before we came here. So, like I said, all the treasure that we got here, we're going to get quite a bit of gold when we sell most of that treasure, so. But, preemptive strike, always good. Fess having quite a bit of agility. He's actually starting to go before Booker there. We're going to have to check out his agility then, so. Pretty close, 50 to 52, so. Booker leading by 2. See, I took everybody's stats here, so that I can see who exactly gets the bonuses when I get those orbs, and I will point it out. So let's open this up here. We get the black robe, and we get a dragon monster. Dragon monsters are going to be pretty common coming up, not necessarily as random encounters, but guarding chests. So we got this white dragon here who is weak to fire. So I'm gonna hit him with a nice good old fire spell. So there'll be you know, blue dragons and green dragons. So probably a red dragon, like Dragon Warrior. So green, blue, then red. The most dangerous. There's no white dragons in Dragon Warrior. It was the Dragon Lord, though. We will get to that game later this year. Hopefully get to all the Dragon Warriors this year. Depends on how fast I beat them, so... Can you say we got this one? We'll definitely beat this game, you know, probably by the end of February. 2 months to probably do Final Fantasy 3 and Dragon Quest 1. Probably 2 will take us through July. To when we do the 4-job fiesta, so I think we should be able to get all the Nest Dragon Warriors, so, in this year. So, that'll take a big chunk off of my list of games to play, so. Still got a million more though, so I think I have like, overall, you know, fan games and stuff like that with the Zelda Classics. I think I have like close to 100 games. So, yeah, I'll be here for years, decades maybe. So, here's a surprising encounter, the ice lizard. You figured they'd be more common on the ice floors, but there's still a rare encounter. I think 4.7% chance to encounter them. They're a common encounter later on in a future dungeon, in the second to last dungeon in the game. But I guess it's good that we encountered one here, so I get to cross it off my list of monsters, my bestiary, which is, I think, down to 3 pages. When it started at, I believe, 10 pages, so yeah, we've got a lot of monsters out of the way, so, and, you know, the one page is very close to, you know, being finished off, so, yep, so, it's always good to see the progress that you make when you see the list getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And then my document that has all my video descriptions in, that gets longer and longer and longer, so they're inverse proportions to each other. The monster list gets smaller and the video description gets larger. So, but that's just for backups. I have 2 external hard drives that I keep all this stuff on so that if something goes wrong and I lose stuff, I have it backed up. So, although with all these games I have, I may end up having to buy a 3rd external hard drive eventually later on, so. These are old ones. I think they're about, like 300 gigabytes maybe. So they're not too big, so I think that, you know, they have like 2/3 of a terabyte, I think, combined. My mom got them for me a long time ago, maybe like 6-7 years ago. She got one for me and one for my brother, but my brother didn't want one, so I was like, I'll take it, you know, always good to back stuff up, so. Surprising my brother didn't want one because he has all these lessons that he does. He's a school teacher, high school math teacher. He makes lessons for the years and stuff, and figured, but, you know, maybe just backs him up on the school computer. I don't know. Never really asked him, so. But I know sometimes when I was up there years ago, because I haven't seen him in a while, he, you know, he sometimes be working on his computer, making tests and stuff so they can put him off in school, so. Alright, well, let's work on that as soon as spell. Cure some stone ailments. Got 4 points on it. We could have, you know, saved some MP, but mainly we want to get that extra points toward it, so. Hey, look who it is! It's our buddy Min Woo! You've come at last. This seal on this door is extremely strong. I'll give it all I've got. Stand back. See the seal on the door, it's slowly disappearing, but unfortunately it cost Min Woo his life. Min Woo, go through the door. This was my destiny. Min Woo. So yes, we've lost Min Woo. So now we've lost Min Woo, Joseph, Scott, although Scott wasn't in our party. So here are the orbs. The center orb is the one that gives us ultima. We don't want to grab that right away, because if you grab that, then you're teleported out of the tower. So what you really want to do is you want to get all these orbs first, and then grab the center orb. Unless you want to climb this tower again after Ricard leaves the party, you'll get your final party member, and he'll be with you for the rest of the game. So you could come back up here, make that climb again to get the orbs, but I'm not going to bother doing that. I'm just going to I'll put it in the hands of fate, I guess, or the random number generator. People call it RNG. So we will see what the random number generator gives us here. So I'm taking all the stats down of everybody's stats. So this crystal gives us strength. Gives plus 10 strength to somebody. Plus 10 spirit to somebody. This one gives plus 10 agility. Now, sometimes it gives plus 10 agility to everybody in your party, which would be awesome. And sometimes it gives plus 10 agility to nobody. So, I'm looking at the stats here, and the way things worked out is Fess got absolutely nothing. And Maxine also got absolutely nothing. Booker, he was the big benefitter. He got plus 10 to his spirit, plus 10 to his agility, and plus 10 to his intelligence. None of which he could use other than the agility. And then Ricard ended up getting the plus 10 to his strength. So, yeah, as you can see, Booker now has 20 spirit and 11 intellect. 2 stats he's never going to use. So, would have been much better, like I said, on Maxine. It would have given her an overflow. But she gained 12 more stats of intelligence, so she'll end up maxing that out anyway. Because we still have, like I said, quite a bit to go. And hey, we gotta make a room for Ultima. So, what can we do? We gotta find somebody who has something to... an empty slot here. So, doop. Here we go. With the staff. Alright, let's grab the Ultima. Bestows upon us the ultimate magic, which is bugged, so it is actually a pointless spell. So, but like I said, we will still equip it on Fess. It is a white magic spell, so it, you know, determines your spirit. It's damage based on your spirit, but like I said, it's all messed up, so we'll just use, for attack spell, we'll end up getting Holy. So, because we're gonna have to cast something to help build, Fess's, spirit up. So we might as well get the Holy spell to deal some damage, so, because in Suna, once we get to level 8, we don't have to worry about it anymore, so. But, let's, make a save game here, and, we'll head down to Mysidia to talk with the mages there, grab that Holy spell in our next episode. See you then. Take care. Bye.